Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to Auto Racing Digest. My name is Dylan Spalding. So happy to have you here on January 2nd. It's the new year, and excited to be joined with the team owner of City Garage Motorsports, my good friend Stuart Weiss. Stuart, always good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year to you. I didn't get a chance to wish you Happy New Year, so hope you had a great holiday, and it's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, Dylan. We had a great holiday. It's good to get back at it though, and very excited about the new year.
So you guys are pretty busy in the shop right now. You guys just got a new super speedway car that you're bringing in, and you guys are getting ready for testing here at Daytona next week. Just talk a little bit about that and just kind of what you're looking forward to as you kind of kickstart the 2025 season for you guys.
Yeah, it's been kind of a scramble for us. When the season ended in Toledo, it really kind of started the off season, and at first we thought we were going to have a lot of time to get this thing put together, but it's really been kind of a whirlwind. But we did buy a car. We bought one from Mark Noble at Man Racing. He had a nice car that he had been putting together. It was an old Hendrix chassis with a new Toyota Camry body, and Um, we bought it. We got a motor from Spire Motorsports. Really good piece from up there. Took it over, and been working with Andy Hillenberg at Fast Track, and they've helped us get a lot of this put together, and we couldn't have done it without them. Got that car back in our shop, I think about the 18th of December, and since then it's just been all hands on deck, getting it ready, and we're ready for gonna wrap it next week, and it's gonna have a new look to it for Daytona, and we'll be out there Thursday putting her through her paces.
I like it. I like it. And testing obviously is such an important time, and for each team it's a little bit different. Sometimes it's to get drivers acclimated, other times it's to get the car up to speed and such. A lot of times it's both. For you guys, kind of what is that, what are you guys looking for out of testing here coming up next week in terms of not only for you guys with the car and with the team, but also with Becca as well behind the wheel?
Well, there's really two things we're looking to do for next week. Number one is we got to have speed in the car.
Yeah.
We are one of the qualifier we go home teams. So right now I've heard rumors of somewhere around 55 cars for Daytona. Of course, only 40 make the field, but 32 on time. The final eight are set by points. And being that we only raced twice last year, we're sitting way down in points, so we won't be able to point our way in. So we've got to be one of the fastest 32. So for us, we've got to find out next week if we've got speed in the car or not. If we don't, what do we got to do to get speed in the car? If the car's quick, which we hope it will be, if the car is quick, how can we make it better for Becca to be able to handle and maintain the speed is the thing for us. Second is Becca hasn't run. She did try to run last year with Harmon ARCA race at
Yep.
Daytona. So she has a few laps on the big track, but this is a lot different than where she's used to racing. She's used to racing short track. Toledo finished 11th there, did well. IRP, she was running well there. She runs all the local tracks. So she's got that under her belt. This is a totally different animal. Um, Drafting high speed super speedways are a totally different animal for her. So we've got to get her comfortable in the car. We got to get her drafting some next week so she can see what that's like to navigate the draft, how to pull cars, how to follow. So, we've got a lot to work on next week. It's going to be a really important couple of days for us.
Yeah, and with Daytona, obviously it's, a big change in terms of, um the format of the track, the layout of the track, obviously being a super speedway, I imagine it's got to be exciting to be able to attack a kind of a new challenge for you guys and get a chance to kind of see where you're at in terms of the super speedway side of things.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, if you love racing, it doesn't matter what kind of racing you love. Everybody wants to be at Daytona. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up going to that track. I've been a race fan my whole life. I'm a big kid, and the thought of being able to race at Daytona, with my own car is just truly exhilarating. But with it comes a lot of stress and
Yeah.
comes a lot of challenges. This is a professional race organization. I mean, ARCA is part of NASCAR. It's not, your local track where you might get 15 cars show up and you can go, you're guaranteed a racing and whatever happens, happens. This is big time. And so for us, It'll be broadcast on Fox, which is a, broadcast television for the first time for ARCA. Um, it's big for our sponsors. We have an amazing sponsor in Orlando Health, and as the owner, and I want to make sure they look good and we represent them well. We want to make sure we put a quality product on on track. We want to help Becca be successful. So it's stressful. It is stressful. It will be very exciting, especially when that green flag drops and all 40 cars go roaring by with us being one of them. Um, but it is just it's very nerve-wracking, very nerve-wracking.
As you look back on 2024, you had your two races. You mentioned IRP and Toledo. You've seen the growth of this team, starting from April when you guys just got the car to then running in the top 10 at Toledo. I mean, just kind of I guess kind of encapsulate 2024 as a whole in terms of growing the team and how that is how you're able to build off that heading into 2025.
Listen, we're an 8-month old team right now.
Yeah.
We're an 8-month old right now in ARCA. We raced at IRP, and we were pleased. We qualified 19th. We were running 20th, doing well. Ended up wrecking the car, destroying it. We learned a lot. We learned about what not to do, and we learned, the mistakes that we made, and we feel like we corrected all of those when we went to Toledo. And Toledo was a much better race for us. We had things organized. We knew what we were doing. We didn't seem to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And, the results showed, we finished 11th. Yeah, we finished a few laps down, but we're racing against JGR and Venturini and Fast Track and teams that have been racing for 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're 8 months into this thing. We bought our first car ever in April. We now got two cars, and we're moving forward to start a second team this year, and we're trying to do things right. But I feel like where we are is in a good place. I didn't think we'd be where we are, so it's been kind of a crazy 24 and even crazier 25 season.
Yeah, in 2025, you guys got 8 races on the schedule. Obviously, Daytona is the biggest race. If you're a NASCAR fan, if you're a NASCAR team, whatever the case may be, you have to be at Daytona. But when going and choosing the other tracks on the schedule, because you obviously have the ARCA East, you have ARCA West, and then you have the ARCA Main. So when going into choosing the races that you guys were going to compete in this year, what kind of went into some of those decisions in terms of, obviously having a track that may fit Becca and obviously fit you guys, and depending on the timing of the schedule, what were kind of those decisions in deciding these were the perfect 8 races for us at this time and made it kind of a perfect schedule for you guys for 2025?
Well, several factors came into it. One, we wanted to make our sponsor look good. We are
Mhm.
blessed with Orlando Health to have them come on board with us and partner with us. So we wanted to make sure that we met their needs, and Talladega and Daytona were important to them. So obviously those are two races we're going to be running, and we actually bought a super speedway car and put together a super speedway car just for those two tracks. The other tracks we actually picked for several reasons. Most are smaller tracks because that's Becca's wheelhouse. She's used to racing smaller tracks, and for us, we need to be successful in being able to put a competitive car on the track. And so we felt like those were what we know the best. So we felt like we added in Elko and Berlin and some of those Toledo, some of those tracks where we feel like um, we should be able to be a little more comfortable and be a little more competitive. Then we threw in Rockingham. ARCA's going back to Rockingham for the first time, and so for us, we felt like that would be a good challenge for us as a team to be able to go up. And we felt like the other teams won't have all the notes and setups and everything like you would on tracks that you go to every year. So we felt like
Mhm.
might give us a little bit more level playing field to go there. And then we're going back to IRP where we had a little bit of success last year, but we also wrecked. So we want to go back and kind of have a redo. And so that's kind of how we went into it. We tried to pick some tracks we knew we'd be successful at, or at least have a chance to be successful. We wanted to challenge ourselves on a couple, and then we wanted to make sure we represented our sponsor in the places that they wanted us to make sure we were there. So kind of a mixture of all.
Now, talking about, sponsors, and that's a big thing in racing, is obviously getting that support from from people and from businesses, and obviously you guys got obviously great support with Orlando Health and some of your other sponsors that have jumped on board over this 8 month adventure that you guys have already embarked on. Um, one thing they people can do is they could sponsor the car and for really an affordable price as well. 250 is the starting rate. Obviously, you can go up from there, but just talk about being able to build that sponsor relationship and the importance of it, and then to have an opportunity to be able to sponsor a car, for $250, you don't see that very often in NASCAR. This is a great opportunity for a lot of people to be able to be on a NASCAR, especially for the first race of the season on Fox as well, nationally televised. I mean, you're talking about a great opportunity to not only partner with a great team like you guys, but also get their brand exposure as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, racing a car is expensive, and there's several business models out there. Ours is that we get sponsorship to support our program. We
Mm,
have a driver that we're trying to develop and give opportunities to. So for us, the benefit with sponsoring a small team like us and an ARCA series like us, the dollar value for a sponsor is significantly lower. And so we look for teams we look for businesses that want to sponsor with our team that wants to join a family.
yeah.
If you follow our social media, if you follow our organization, if you follow any of the people that are involved in CGM, it's a family organization. We go out for family meals, we hang together. I mean, it is a family organization, and we do our best to promote our partners to everybody. We do a ton of public appearances. So we go to tree lightings at big areas. Like we went to Hamlin over in Winter Garden. There was 5,000 people there for tree lighting. We went to the Heart Walk over at UCF, and there was more than 10,000 people out there for the Heart Walk. We go to hospital grand openings, and we go to politics in the park, and we take our car anywhere and everywhere we can, so that we give the opportunity to give exposure to our partners and to our sponsors to show the community, their involvement and support of us and what they believe in. And, we're a good, wholesome organization to be part of. So we are always looking for good sponsors to come on board and help us get where we need to be. So we do have sponsorships that start at $250 and go up from there. Again, it's just to help us get the opportunity to live some dreams and have some fun and represent our partners.
I love it. I love it. Now I gotta mention, kind of lighthearted question for you, Stuart. Now, you used to race back in the day. People may
I
not
do.
know this about
You
you.
know,
You used to race back in the day, and there's actually a photo you posted, I believe it was on Facebook, of your old car that you used to race. Now, I gotta ask, Mike Wallace just came and announced he's gonna run the Daytona 500. Stuart, can we see you ever run again? Are you do you ever consider running again, my friend?
I would absolutely love to be able to be in the car. And there will be a period of time at some point that I will get back in the car. Right now, my goal is to give our team the best opportunity to be successful.
Yeah.
And I feel like Becca gives us that opportunity. And on the business side of it, I feel like that's the smartest thing. But I can promise you, you will see me behind the wheel of a race car at some point in the future.
I
Might be
love
this
it.
year, might be next year. At some point, this old man will get in the car and have a little fun.
I love it. I love it. We'll keep the helmet. I'll polish the helmet up and I'll keep it nice for you as we'll bring it around to each track, my friend. I'll be your listen. I was at an IMSA event a couple weeks ago or back in November, and they one of the drivers had a helmet polisher apparently. So
There
I'll
you
be
go.
your helmet polisher.
Well, I've seen helmet warmers and I've seen helmet dryers. I've seen it all. I haven't seen a polisher yet.
In racing, you could be a little bit of everything, I'll tell you, in terms of your job class. But
Yes.
Stuart, I wanna sign off on this. I'll make kind of an announcement as well here on the show as we close off as well. But where can people find City Garage Motorsports? Learn more about the team. Learn more about Becca, who's a local driver, which I think is awesome. Ties in really well with obviously the local side of you guys being a local team. So. Where can people find more information about you and more about the team?
Yeah. CityGarageMotorsports.com is our website. You can also go to CG Motorsports FL on Instagram, on Twitter. Facebook is City Garage Motorsports. You can find us pretty much anywhere. Reach out to me, Stuart, Stuart, at CityGarageMotorsports.com. We are very accessible. So or if worst case scenario, just call City Garage in Lakeland and you can get a hold of us. So we're doing everything we can to, get our name and our brand out there. So love to have some people follow us and get on board with us.
Yeah, listen, this is a team where you could go in and see the car in the garage. It's pretty remarkable. It's one of the coolest things to get to see a stock car up close, and they also fix cars as well. You guys do road cars. You guys do a little bit of everything at
Yeah,
your shop. So
we do everything. Listen, we love cars. We're car lovers. We're car fanatics. We love racing. And so anybody who comes in our shop, if they want a tour, we'll give them a tour of the race shop. We'll give them a tour of the car. We'll give them a nice hero card autograph to go home with. We want to be everybody else to enjoy it as much as we do.
it's awesome. It is really awesome. And to announce kind of our big announcement is we will be partnering with City Garage Motorsports for the 2025 season here at Auto Racing Digest and we'll be doing a lot with them. Obviously, my good friend Angel Martinez was his network, Coastal Sports Network and Sports Radio 102.9 The Game. He's doing a lot with them as well. Go check out some of his work they do with Stuart and the rest of the gang over at City Garage Motorsports. And Stuart, I'm looking forward to getting to work with you guys and obviously you're going to help out a little bit as well here on the site with doing some stuff here from time to time. So I'm looking forward to getting to work with you guys and I'm excited for 2025. I think it's going to be really a fun year with for all of us.
We are too. We're just trying to surround ourselves with good people that love racing and want to have fun, and people like Dylan and Angel and all the people that have partnered with us so far. We all have the same goal, and that's to enjoy racing and have fun. So we'll do it together.
And
Our
it's
saying in the shop is always everybody we ever talk about. We always go, "Let's go racing." That's all of us to do.
yes.
So let's go racing.
Yes. And we got to get I'm assuming the timer's going down right now. I'm assuming we got the clock. The clock's
The
probably up
clock
and
is
is
counting
running.
down. 42 days, I think I saw today on the clock before I left the shop. So countdown is on for Daytona. We will be at Daytona next Thursday and Friday. You'll be with us
Yep.
out there. And so it'll be freezing. Bring your jacket. I think the high
I
is supposed
will.
to be like 47 or something, but we'll be we'll be testing Storm. We name our cars. So we have Sadie's our short track car. That's the one we've been running. And Storm is our super speedway car. So Storm will be put through her paces and hopefully she's got some speed in her.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to be out there next week for testing. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And Stuart again. That's a great thing about racing, man. It makes connections, and I've been able to get to know Stuart, and he's such a good person, and running a great organization with City Garage, and again, I can't thank you enough, Stuart. You've been great to me, and I'm looking forward to what's to come here in 2025, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Appreciate you, Dylan. Look forward to it, man. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for watching. I'll put all the links to City Garage Motorsports where you can check everything out. Go follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever they have social media. You can go find them, and it's gonna be a lot of fun this year. Let's go racing, as Stuart said. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.